Hello everybody, this is Susan Deal with Ideal Radiance. So I wanted to come to you to share 2 summer hacks. How to go from just a regular beautiful face with no makeup to an underglow, kind of like fresh summer look. So if you look at my skin, you can tell that I have on makeup, but it doesn't look like I have on a lot of makeup. It looks like actual skin because I don't really wear a lot of makeup as in foundation. And so that's what I want to keep that kind of flawless face look, but with a pop of color. So I'm going to talk about 2 particular hacks. So as we do a quick makeup look, I'm going to share those 2 hacks with you. So just stay with me and keep watching. I am going to first, and you can tell that I do have on a lip shade on this side. So I'm just going to be working on this side of the face. I'm going to put on a little lip balm. Always have to have a little lip balm. This one is a Eucalyptus Mint lip balm, Lime Life by Alcone. While we do that, while that takes effect, I am going to pop on a little eyebrow. Because this is a fresh face look, I am not going for a structured brow. I never do really, unless it is a heavy makeup look. I'm going to see if I can look in the mirror that is behind my phone, because I can't see in my phone. So what I'm actually going to do is just simply fill in my brows. I'm going to get up close. You see, I really have very little brow hair, but I'm going to do my best to just follow along my natural brow line without creating a shape. I'm going to try to stick with my natural shape and just shade it in to give myself a little bit more of a brow, and I'm just using small strokes. Now sometimes I will sketch out an outline. Today I didn't really do that as much. I am just really trying to kind of just fill in very quickly. Okay, so remember, this is very quick, summery, more of a natural out the door look. Going to take this and brush that product right in. I do have a brow. I want to darken it just a little bit, but not too much. I do want it to kind of match the other one. Doesn't have to be exact. I am not dead set on perfection when it comes to makeup. I just want to look polished. Okay? For me, polished and not perfection when it comes to makeup. I just want to look good. All right, so I have on the eye there. So this is the first hack to get that summer look. I am going to use 2 shades of blushes. One is an orange and one is a pink. And they are bright and highly pigmented. Look at those colors. I'm going to use this orange shade here, and then I'm going to use this pink shade. I'm going to put those on first before I do my foundation, so that the color can come through the foundation and just kind of give me like a summer sunset look. So I'm going to put a little bit of the orange. I'm going to show you where I'm going to put that. I'm just tapping my blush, and this blush brush that I'm using is probably a little bit too big. We'll make it work, right? So I am going to place this right up here, okay? Up there a little bit. Okay, putting that orange. Look how orangey that is. Now I am barely tapping, guys, seriously barely tapping, but this is highly pigmented color. Let me just do a swatch for you very quickly. Look at that. Can you see that? Okay, very, very pigmented color. So you really want to be careful when you're using this. So this would be a great eyeshadow as well if you're looking for a hot pink eyeshadow or a super highly pigmented orange. Our blushes double as shadows. So I'm going to take that pink and I'm going to pop the pink right on the apples of my eye. So you, well, not the apples of my eye, the apples of my cheeks. So you see that contrast in color? Okay, and that's okay. I'm just going to blend them both a little bit, just like that. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now what I am going to do is I am going to take my foundation shade, and right now I am using two colors. Well, actually I always use two colors. I use my summer color and my winter color. So my winter color is Shinto 3. My summer color is Shinto 4. They are one shade apart. And for me, for the perfect blend, is a blend of both. So I am going to take a little bit of Shinto 3 and a little bit of Shinto 4. And because I have already cleaned and prepped my hands, I am using the back of my hand for this. Okay. I actually put a little bit too much. It doesn't take that much. I am going to, I can take it directly and just apply, but what I want to go for right now is more of a skin finish. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of my moisturizer. Okay. And I do this with multiple products. Sometimes I use our Due Date, which is an oil, a facial oil, if I want a really glowy look. But that's not what I'm going for right now. I want that just hint of a summer sunset pop right there. So you see what this just did? Okay. So I'm kind of creating a tinted moisturizer there. So I'm just going to take this excess, whatever's on my finger, and just kind of put it in spaces around my face since it's on my finger. Anyway, put a little bit on my eyelid. And then I'm going to take my foundation brush and just start to kind of blend that in. Okay. Now my hair, I got up this morning and I washed my hair, but I didn't put anything in it. So that's why it looks super dry. I didn't put anything in it. I washed it and that was it. So now I'm just going to take my foundation brush and then I am going to go right on top of, in a downward stroke, where I put that blush, and I'm going to go back up. Okay, you can kind of do it however you want and just kind of blend it all in. Okay, you see what that did? Okay, just going to want to make sure that your foundation is well blended in. Okay. So I think it's blended fairly well. If I can see, I'm looking at my phone and I can barely see. All right, so I'm going to put the foundation away. You see I still have that kind of pinky and orangey glow. If I wanted more, all I had to do is go back in with that color and just tap, tap, tap just a little bit more. If I wanted to pop a little bit more. And then go right back. And you really want to blend out those edges is where you really want to concentrate on the blending. That's why I blend down and then back up, because you really want to blend out the edges. Okay, so that it looks seamless. That's good enough for me. Right now I am going to go ahead and set my makeup, because this makeup is wax based, which is better than oil. I mean, better than water-based, which is most liquids foundations are water-based foundations, and they seep into your skin. So if you think about it, your skin is mostly made up of water. And when you're using a water-based product, water and water go together. So a lot of foundations seep into your skin, whereas a wax-based foundation serves as a skin protectant, and it will lay on your skin. It will not go into your pores. It will not seep into your skin. Okay, so it really acts as a protecting layer right on top. So I'm going to set my foundation. What I'm going to be using now is a setting powder. I'm trying to, I usually use sometimes powder number 6 and powder number 7 to set my foundation, but with a colored powder, sometimes it can alter the color of your foundation, and I don't want to do that today. So I am going to use our translucent powder. Okay, I've already hit pan. And this is a translucent powder. It looks white, but it is really translucent. Okay, now I'm using my same foundation brush. I typically would not do this, but since this is my personal palette, this is what I'm working with right now. I have limited things in front of me, so this is what I'm working with. Also, you should be sanitizing your makeup products. You should always sanitize them anyway. However, especially because of COVID, you need to be sanitizing them. And so we do have a sanitizer spray. I don't know where mine is. Oh, here it is right here. All right, so here's a sanitizer spray. It is called Dirty Work, okay? It is called Dirty Work. You can take any powder product and sanitize them. So just like this, I will just take it, spray it, let it dry out, okay? It's going to sanitize your makeup. I do know some people use alcohol. I would not recommend using alcohol, especially when you can get something that is specifically made for makeup and it will kill germs. All right, so there we go. Okay, starting to come together. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my eyeliner. Now this is a green. It is a really nice green metallic eyeliner. Okay. Trying to find a hand. Let me do this hand right here. I'm just going to put this right here just for a minute. Okay. I'm going to come back to that. So I'm going to do my eyeliner. I'm going to do my waterline with this really nice metallic green just for a pop of color. I love a colored eyeliner that can take your makeup up a notch. Any makeup look, it can take it up a notch. And you can also create a colored liner with any color eyeshadow. I'll show you that in another video or live. So what I'm doing now is I'm tight lining. And what that does is I'm just taking the eyeliner, just like I did the bottom, I'm doing the top. And what it does is it fills in any gaps between my lashes so that my lashes look fuller. My lash line looks fuller. Now, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to look over here. Do my top liner. And I really could just close my eyes and do this because it doesn't need to be perfect. And this is a gel liner, so it glides on pretty nicely and it stays put. It does not smudge. I want to get close to my lash line first. And you can make it as big as you want or as thick, your line as thick as you want. Okay, there you have it. Now I'm going to also show you one other thing with my eyeliners. Because I have droopy eyes, my eyes are big, so a lot of people may not know that my eyes are droopy. And I do have a lazy eye, which is this left eye over here. And so it droops down. So I don't necessarily like a wing liner because I have all this extra meat in here. And so my eyeshadows just don't lay right and they tend to crease. So I don't like wing liners because they don't look right on me. I will wear one every now and then, but for the most part, I don't. But what I'll do is I take my liner, any liner that I have, and I just bring it up just a little bit and add a little bit more on the end. Just a little bit more. And even if you want to just kind of dab that and smudge it out a little bit, you can do that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do add a little bit more on the end to kind of give me an uplift. You see how that kind of lifted my eyes just a little bit. Okay, so that is the eyeliner. Let's pop on some mascara. Okay, and then stay tuned for the next trick. So the first one we talked about was how to get that summer sunset glow that's coming in with the orange and a pink blush that also doubles as eyeshadow. And it also can double as a lip. That's what I should have done. I should have showed how to use it as a lip color. That orange would be gorgeous as a lip color. Maybe I'll do that in another video. Okay. But some mascara. You guys know I do not have lashes. So a little bit of mascara does wonders for my eyes. And I have to color the inside here to deposit the color. And then go back in. Just make sure you get all of the little lashes. And you want to make sure you deposit color at the base because that's where the fullness is going to come from. And then, bring it out. I'm going to try to put a little bit on the bottom lash. I don't have much bottom lashes, but that's okay. If you accidentally get a little bit on the rim where you've put your eyeliner, that's okay. It just makes your eyeliner stand out a little bit more, and you can always go back with eyeliner if you want. So don't worry if you get mascara on the rim of your eye. All right. So there we have that. Now, I am going to use a little bit of my light foundation. I would typically do this with a concealer, but I'm just going to go back in here, and I should have done this beforehand, but I want to lighten this lid up a little bit, which means I'm going to have to go back in with my green, but that's okay. And if you notice, I'm putting a cream foundation back on top of a powder, which I've already powdered my face. That is the wonderful thing about cream foundations, is that you can go back on top of a powder. It doesn't look cakey. So what I'm doing now is, if you notice, I have this meat here, this kind of like meaty eye, and sometimes it gets dark in there. I just want to brighten that up a little bit because I did on the other eye. Okay, and I'm going to go back in and just kind of blend that out. Okay, you see how that does not look cakey at all, even though I put this new layer of foundation product on top of a powder. So now I need to go back and make sure my eyeliner is not as muted. It's going to go back in with a little bit more. Of that green liner. All right, so the next summer trick or hack is to create a lip stain out of your lipstick. All right, so what you're going to need is a liquid lip. It works best with a liquid lipstick, I think. I am going to use the shade Salted Caramel. Okay, so it is almost like a terracotta orangey type of color. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I am going to do with this. I am going to create a lip stain. So if you're looking for something that is not going to transfer over to your mask, and you're the type of person that you have to have a shade of some sort on your lips, what you can do is create a lip stain that will not transfer. Now, our ELCs, Enduring Lip Colors, liquid lips, give you about a 10 to 16 hour wear, depending on how much food you eat, how much you drink, but typically they will last all day long, and they won't go anywhere anyway. But I'm going to definitely create a lip stain, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that color. This is Salted Caramel. I am going to take our setting spray, Time Setter. I'm going to spray a little bit there. I'm going to mix it together just like that. Okay, I'm going to spray a little bit more because I want that time setter. And I'm going to just tap it on my lips. See what that did? Now this is going to create a lip stain that will not budge. It is not going to go anywhere on your lips. Once it dries down, it's going to dry down to a beautiful matte finish, and it will not transfer over to your mask. Okay. Now with any look, you always want to make sure that you set it again. I am going to use our time setter to set this side of my face because I haven't done so. If you want to make sure that you give this lip an extra pop, you can do that. Okay. Now this one is our time setter, Lum Life by Alcone. It is a setting spray. If you like Urban Decay or Scandinavia setting sprays, you will love this one. Paraben free. We also have one called Oil Strike. So this is more for if you like a dewy look. And then we have Oil Strike if you like a matte finish, or for oily skin. If you have oily skin, I definitely recommend the Oil Strike. But if you still want that dewy look, but you don't want to look kind of dewy all over, then once you set it, you can always go back into your translucent powder and just kind of matte out the areas where you don't want to be. Let's see if I can find a smaller brush. There we go. Matte out the areas where you don't want to be dewy, right? Take care of those eyelids because I don't want any dewy eyelids. I don't want oily looking eyelids. Put just a little bit up there. Okay. So, there you have it. Nice summer glow. Okay, you have that underglow right here where you have your blush coming through the foundation, and then you have a lip stain. What do you guys think? Nice and fresh. So now it's time to go take care of this hair. Talk to you guys later. Always love and sunshine. Bye.